Test. Test. Okay, mic is working. Hello, and welcome to FaniBear's Diner's night shift job. I'm recording this message for you to get you all settled into it, as there's some pretty important stuff you'll need to know if you want to work here as long as I have. I'm actually finishing up my 4th week right now, of which I've been told is record-breaking according to management. Management also doesn't really like me though. I have a feeling they like it more when they have an open night guard position for like tax reasons or something, and me working for so long is bothering them. I'd have left sooner if the pay here wasn't surprisingly good for night guard duty. Well, that, and another reason I'll get into in a minute. Miriam's nice though, if a tad odd and eerie. I'm assuming you met her? Oh right, this is a one-sided conversation. I'm assuming you've at least been briefed about what your job entails. Watch the cameras for unwanted activity, and protect and don't mess around with the robo-babes that they call animatronics. And I know that you know what they actually mean by mess around if you've actually seen what these animatronic characters look like. They're very, mixed up compared to how they were in the previous establishments. There are both obvious maintenance-based reasons and moral philosophies as to why you shouldn't screw around with those things, but there's an even bigger reason as to why you shouldn't. Apparently, they actually really reciprocate to that kind of activity. A bit too well even, to the point that not only are they very insistent about it, the act itself allegedly becomes so intense that there's a high chance of actual death in the participant. There's also a decent chance that these robo-babes might try to, well, it's probably best to be blunt here. I've asked, and apparently each unit has some kind of flirt routine in their programming that they do with patrons. This routine malfunctions when their selection pool is incredibly narrow. Selection pool means the amount of people to interact with, and well, you're the only person here. I don't know how flirting can remanifest itself as uncontrollable lust that ignores all previous internal safeguards, but I never made a singing and dancing robo-babe, so what do I know? Now, I realize that what I just described may or may not be terrifying, depending on how much you value your life versus how much you value robo-babes. But don't let this all drive you into a panic. Avoiding these robo-babes is actually fairly easy, especially on the first night. You got 2 doors on either side of you, and they're necessary in keeping these babes out of your office. I only recommend using them when needed though, as these doors take up a lot of power. Why that even matters is because the generator room has this arbitrary cut-off limit that shuts off the power if too much is used up, and the last thing you need here is the power going out. Due to this, you're gonna need to go turn on your tablet screen to use the cameras to keep an eye on them, as the tablet uses significantly less power. Camera 11 has a blind spot near your right door, so you're going to need to use your door light there to see if they've shown up. You can see who's in your left door with camera 9, so that should be easier to manage. There's more that I should probably tell you, especially regarding that big sound signal button, but that's not relevant until the night after this one, and I don't want to distract you. Now remember, keep an eye on the cameras, check the doors with your lights, close the doors whenever one of the robo-babes approaches your door, and watch your power consumption. I'll record another message tomorrow for you to hear. Good night.